Hansel and Gretel lived in a nice house. Their family loved them dearly, and they had lots of toys to play with. Hansel was very good to his sister and always took care of her. Gretel felt like a princess and thought she should always do just as she pleased, and it did not please her to share toys. If Hansel had a toy, Gretel wanted that one too. Gretel wanted all of the toys. One day, Hansel and Gretel were reading books. Suddenly Gretel thought, "What's that spot? It looks like spaghetti sauce." Delicious! She began munching the paper. Hansel watched in dismay. Gretel was going to get in so much trouble. Soon Gretel had swallowed the whole page. "You shouldn't have done that, Gretel." When their mom saw what Gretel had done, she was very angry. Being a gentleman, Hansel tried to take the blame. But Mom said, "Bad girl, Gretel." "Well," thought Gretel, "I do not deserve to be scolded." She decided to run away from home to teach her mom a lesson. She carefully packed her suitcase. She would hide in the woods for a little while. That would teach Mom not to scold her. Meanwhile, Hansel had found a place to eat his cookies where Gretel couldn't find him. However, when he saw that Gretel was leaving, he decided to go along to watch over her. Gretel trotted happily through the woods, with Hansel following. Hansel soon saw that Gretel was not paying attention to where she was at. And she was getting further and further away from home. He decided to drop cookies along the way so they could find their way back. He cleared the ground around the cookie so it would be easier to see. Unfortunately, he didn't notice that Gretel was following behind, eating all of the cookies. Hansel trotted down the road, confident in what he had done. When Gretel caught up, she said, "Thanks for the cookies, Hansel. I was getting hungry." "Silly girl," barked Hansel. "How are we going to find our way home?" "Who cares?" said Gretel. "Let's have fun." They played King of the Mountain games, climbed trees, and explored the woods until they came to a ravine. Luckily, there was a bridge of sorts over the space so they could cross to the other side. Soon they came to a clearing. A woodsman was sitting by a campfire cooking bacon. Gretel's mouth watered. "I so deserve to have bacon," she thought. She walked right up to the woodsman, who fed her a piece of bacon. Then he put a rope around her neck. It suddenly occurred to Gretel that she had made a slight error in judgment. Hansel was horrified. The woodsman took Gretel over to a tree and tied her up. Then went back to the campfire to finish his meal. Gretel was very depressed. She longed to be home again in her safe, warm house with her family and all of her toys. Meanwhile, Hansel had hidden behind a tree and watched. As soon as the woodsman's back was turned, he crawled a ways, rolled over, and hid behind a rock. Then he sneaked from hiding place to hiding place. Until, unseen, he crawled to Gretel. Once there, he chewed in two the rope that bound her. Gretel jumped over Hansel and they both dashed away. The woodsman leapt to his feet and shouted, "Hey, come back here!" But Hansel and Gretel ran and ran as fast as they could. And they ran and they ran and they ran. Until they got home. After her frightening experience, Gretel vowed never to run away again. Suddenly the doorbell rang. Who could that be? Their mom answered the door. It was the woodsman. He said, "I found Gretel in the woods. I was going to bring her back to you, but Hansel chewed through the rope and she escaped. I hope they're both all right." Mom thanked the woodsman, then turned to Gretel and said, "Here, let me take this rope off, Gretel. You are very lucky that your brother takes such good care of you. You could have really gotten yourself into trouble." Then Mom praised Hansel for his bravery. Gretel decided to show Hansel how much she appreciated what he had done by giving him all of her toys. What a nice sister, thought Hansel. Why are you looking like that? Gretel thought, I really like my toys. Maybe I'll keep that one. And that one. And that one. Gretel!